Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of the Marketing Minute. I'm Rob Testa,
And I'm Andrew Bucci.
and we're here to give you your daily marketing update. So today we're going to talk about Instagram influencers and if they're going to be relevant still, or what's going to happen with them in the future. Andrew and I watched the Fire Festival documentary, and it was interesting to see how something that started off as a good concept kind of just ended up in a disaster because Billy blew it. Spoilers, I don't know if you guys saw the documentary at all, but I'm pretty sure everyone by now knows that the Fire Festival was a failure.
Yeah, right. Everyone watched it. Everyone saw that cheese slice picture on Twitter.
But the one thing that I took away from the documentary is to show the power of influencers and how they could kind of engage and instigate their fan base to make purchases. And that's one thing that I think is pretty interesting, is that the Fire Festival documentary kind of shows or exploits the influencer craze. And even though influencers are still very, very popular, I don't know if they'll be very relevant in the future. So what do you think about it?
I think it was an interesting documentary, especially the fact that they had all this video footage of everything that they did, and you could really see from like step one to the time that like everything just exploded.
Fell apart, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just really interesting to see how they could kind of take this concept of bringing this super group of people together, and everyone was just creating content and sharing content. And it created FOMO, and it got people wanting to join, and people were buying super expensive tickets to go see this show that ended up being non-existent. And I think it just shows that it is, as Rob's saying, it's very powerful to have people that talk about what your product or people talk about your service, and they just did a phenomenal job in doing that, but also showing them that they could live it as well. So they were there enjoying the time, and they did a good job of like communicating that to their audience, and you could see that through like the post, whether they were communicating it or like through video, and like everyone just looked like they were having a genuinely good time, which they were. I mean, I think if you were out there when they were like capturing all the
on the private island, like just like, living it up,
like it was genuinely a really good time, and I think that's kind of like the key where that really made it work, is like the influencers weren't just like hucking product. They were out there, they were with the company, and they were really having the best time of their lives, like taking pictures and riding boats and so they could easily translate that to their audience, where their audience wanted to do the same thing that they wanted to do. And I think that's where it like really worked well, versus having a company say, hey, can we pay you $2,000 to talk about our product, and 9 times out of 10 that person gets on video or gets on a picture, and you can tell like the way that A, they're talking about it on the description of the post, or B, how they're talking in it through video, that it's just like this video is going to pay my apartment bill for the month, or my water bill this week, or whatever it is. So I think that was like a key factor that contributed to the success of Fire Festival.
Yeah, for sure.
Success of the failure.
The success of the failure.
Yeah, and it just it was something that made people not just like look at their phones and be like, oh, that's cool, but it made people like
want to be part of it.
Yeah, it made people want to be a part of it, but it made people like take their devices and like turn to their friends and be like, look what this person's doing. So maybe like your circle of friends don't follow the same people that you follow, but you're talking about the influencers that you follow because of how much you see what they're doing. You're like, look at this. It's just like when you discover like something so new, and like you're just so hyped about it, you start talking to your friends about it, and I think that's what this was.
Yeah, for sure. I think so too. I think that again, because you had such powerful influencers that going out with the message all at the same time created a huge buzz around it too, and that's why I was able to sell out so quickly, and that's why you had all these people buying tickets and generated all this business. And like I said, it would have been great if they actually followed through, and that would have been a genius like marketing plan. It would have been a genius business plan, but they just became too greedy, and everything fell apart because of it. So.
Yep.
But what do you guys think? Do you think influencer marketing is going to stick around much longer, or do you think that tragedies like the Fire Festival are going to be exploiting it a little bit more, and that people aren't going to trust them so much? So let us know in the comments below, and we'll love to hear from you. Thanks for stopping by.
Peace.